Snad budu blízko.
There's only one page in a book.
I never fold down a corner in a book. They make a fuss too.
Jo, jsem hned pod tou věží. Super. Jdeme na to.
And your reading is The Dragon. That's exciting, I suppose. Perhaps you're due for an adventure.
Proč se usmívala jak měsíček na hnoji?
Ladies,
Professor Shah.
astronomy is not divination. You won't find the mysteries of the cosmos charted out on your palms or at the bottom of your teacups. Alas, the heavens remain hazy to the starry-eyed. Now, if you were to devote yourselves to persistent and painstaking observation, you just might catch a glimpse. With that in mind, please take your telescopes. Tonight we will be on the observation deck.
Dobře, a kde mám vzít ten dalekohled? Dostanu ho?
Still don't have your own? You can't be the new student forever, you know. You can share with Mr. Takar.
Here, I can adjust that for you.
No, bring it into focus on your own. Now, I expect all of you to put in your stargazing hours outside of class. Is that clear?
But, Professor, it's freezing out.
Mere cold didn't stop the great stargazers of the past. Look only to the astronomy tables they erected throughout the highlands from which they gazed millennia ago on the very self-same stars above us. Is that clear? Dismissed.
Všichni zmrzlí. Klepou se jako siky.
Hello! I don't believe we've met officially. I'm Amit. I'm something of an astronomy buff.
Hello, Amit. It's nice to meet you.
Did I hear Professor Shaw say that you don't have your own telescope? I have a spare one you could borrow for the rest of term.
That's very kind of you, Amit.
To je jasný, že
Are
se
you
vezmu,
sure
dej
you
sem.
won't need it?
I'm certain. It's my old one.
To
I
nevadí.
finally got my hands on the new Celestia Contemplor. You've heard of it, I assume? I mean, of course you have. It's only the pinnacle of all personal stargazing implements. But my old model's not too shabby either. Goblin-cut glass, first-rate optical enchantments. Hate to think such a fine instrument is just collecting dust.
Well, thank you, Amit.
Think nothing of it. Anyway, the telescope's in the storage room right underneath us. You can't miss it. I have some, reading to finish on the lower deck. Come find me there afterwards, and bring the telescope. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Dobře. Jdeme pro dalekohled. Nebo učitelka se mnou nechce mluvit.
Stargazing as long as I could. A lot of good that did. How am I supposed to find Sirius when my hands are too cold to use a telescope? It's a dog, isn't it?
Professor Shah's just about as cold and distant as the bloody stars she wants us to chart. Ugh, not how I wanted to spend my evening.
Tak kde je to skladiště? Aha, druhý schody. Ježíš, já jsem blbá.
Revelio. This was his old telescope. Looks practically brand new.
Confringo!
Revelio.
A pristine night for stargazing. Do not let it be wasted.
Our meat thinks he knows everything. Even told me he can speak gobbledygook. Sounded like gibberish to me.
Takže teď už můžu dolů, jo?
The perfect night for... Oh, hello again.
I have the telescope. It's nicer than I had expected.
I would not offer a prospective stargazer a third-rate lunoscope. But there is, something else.
Yes. What is it?
You remember those astronomy tables Shaw was going on about? It just so happens I've been reading up on them a little myself. And it seems there may be one right here at Hogwarts. I believe we could use it to find hidden constellations.
And you need someone to help you find it.
I do. Are you in? No one from the Gobstones Club will go with me. Said they'd rather get spit at by a stone than... Well, they are cowards. Let us get moving while the stars are still out. I'll show you how to use that telescope once we get there. I promise.
A jo, jdu do
No
toho.
need to convince me. Let's get going.
Brilliant.
To je jasný.
You won't regret it. Shall we?
Taková další věc, co můžu potkávat. Tak aspoň, že
The
takhle.
table is on a castle wall ahead. Look for a stone platform, something that doesn't quite belong. We'll know it when we see it. Onwards we go then. Lumos! Some say the locations of the tables
Lumos.
were originally marked by centaurs for ritual stargazing. It is nice having a fellow stargazer to explore with.
Happy to be here. It is good to leave the classroom now and then.
It's not that creepy out here at night, is it? The Gobstones Club are cowards. Here I am, charging ahead. Why don't you lead the way?
If you're sure.
A little foreboding.
A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about. Revelio.
Oh, of course. It's just not
Lumos.
as tidy as I expected. Lumos! More cobwebs. You don't think any spiders might be lurking about?
Confringo!
Oh, no. Not this close to the school, Emmett.
Lumos! The constellation should appear near the center of your view.
To bylo jednoduchý.
I was right about the tables. They really are gateways to the far stars, just as the book said. And your contribution was invaluable. Rest assured, you shall be credited in my memoirs one day.
Whatever you say, Emmett. Whatever you say.
Oh, you wait. You are going to be quoted saying just that. This is only the beginning. You will find more tables like this one throughout the grounds and forest, all beckoning to be discovered by a worthy astronomer. And if I have ever seen one, it's you. Oh, and about my old telescope, don't bother returning it. You should keep it.
That's quite generous. Thank you.
You are welcome. It has goblin-cut glass and a gobbledygook inscription. I'm practically fluent in gobbledygook, you know. It's all in the throat, really, gobbledygook, you know, and how you pronounce your R's. Anyway, glad our adventure was a success. I will see you soon. Never do get tired of seeing the astronomy tower at night. What a view.
Tak to skoč. Proč jsem si hned nepustila tu mapu? Sirono, co pak po mně budeš chtít?
Glad you came.
Co potřebuješ, holka?
Hello,
Co se děje?
Serena. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did.
Jsme kámoši.
Thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ranrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along.
A měla jsi pravdu.
Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you were needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Jo, takhle, takže má pro ty, to
Why
redok
did Mr. and
napadne.
Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll
Okay.
try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aiden was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Jdeme za Doroty. Zeptat se, co se děje. Vypadá myslela, že to je blíž. Běžím docela dlouho a jo, přibližuju se. A vlastně to je ta vesnice tady nahoře, viď. Šikulka, skoro doskočila na suchý.
Must have been quite stately in its time.
A jo, to určitě. Co hezký hrádeček. Takže, paničko, jsem tady.
Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer.
Holka, ty tady
I
hrabeš,
reckon
to místo
Rookwood's
už
played
tak
a hand in
dlouho.
his disappearance.
Máš zásek, ne?
Excuse me, did you say something about a Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself.
Bude lepší jít nejdřív za Claire.
If you'd like to speak with her.
Určitě, půjdu za Claire.
I should investigate.
Claire, už letím.
Confringo. Glacius. Levioso. Descendo. Confringo. Descendo. Confringo. Is that Inferius wearing a woolly jumper? That must be Bardo's. Descendo. Confringo. Descendo. Descendo. Bardolph's woolen jumper. I'm not sure Madame Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him. Revelio.
A tady mám někde něco zjistit. Tam je ještě jeden. To jsem ale dřevorubec.
Revelio. This mentions Inferi, and something about it being Bardolph's turn next.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over posting. Enough dumb beef for everyone. It seems we may. Come here!
Your poaching days are over. Could it be a Merlin trial? Revelio.
No, stále nemáme ten slezovec. A budete tady kazit krajinku jakýma dřevěnýma bednama a sudama. Co tady je? Bláto hajzl. Samozřejmě bláto hajzl.
Descendo. Levioso. Confringo. Confringo. Descendo. Levioso. Confringo.
Jo, zpátky za Claire. Řící, co jsme zjistili. Nechte mě bejt. Dobrý, nevšim si mě. I když. Zkusíme to.
Must be going mad. Thought we'd forget about that. I'm going to regret
Descender!
if it isn't Nora Treadwell's guardian angel.
Confringo! Levioso! Descender! Levioso!
This isn't a fair fight! Enough! Now put me!
Confringo!
Plně už to nejste dva. Až teď mi to došlo. Opravdu unavená. Jo, to seš jenom ty. Máš tam volnou cestu. Zabila jsem pytláčky. Jako na to, že to je plný potvor, tak vás tu chodí hodně.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Oh, I do hope my brother is all right.
A map. I wonder where it leads. Madame Beaumont? I believe I have some news of your brother.
Badolf? What do you know of my brother?
I'm afraid he's joined the Ashwinders and has no interest in returning.
What? No, this can't be. He was seeking their advice, that's all.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Badolf!
Ale on to rozhodl, ty za to přece nemůžeš.
Badolf, my dear, dear brother.
I couldn't help it over here. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. My apologies. I've not been myself since we last met. Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. It's Ranrock I have to thank for losing Badolf. If only I could somehow rid our hamlet of these monsters. I'm simply at my wit's end.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Baldolf and I grew up here. I can't believe he's never coming home. Part of me wants to avenge the loss of my brother, whilst another part of me simply wants to hide.
I am unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
Vůbec se nemusíte
Seems
bát.
as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
Má to až se vrátím jí říct, že je hotovo.
How nice of you to stop by.
didn't touch your helm. But thank you for making me the first object of your suspicions. Know who my friends are now, don't I? Who's there? Such arrogance.
Fringo!
Just here. I won't rest until you're dead. Seems your heart isn't in this at all.
Descendo!
Slippery little squid. I'll find you. Not quite enough. How nice of you to stop by. One less human to worry about.
Descendo!
Are you sure you're not?
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
No! I will make you pay. I won't rest until
Confringo!
No! One less human to worry about.
Confringo!
Someone's here.
Descendo!
I don't have time for this.
Confringo! Descendo!
I won't rest until you're dead.
Levioso!
No!
Confringo!
I won't rest.
One countdown. One more to go. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways.
Revelio.
Můžeme do dalšího kampu.
How nice of you. Wait a moment. I'll cut you from shoes to chapeau. You ought to cut back on...
Confringo!
No! I will make you
Descendo!
You're like a glum bumble, but it's my favorite. Oh!
Descendo!
I won't rest.
Potato!
You're dead.
Descendo!
No! I will make you pay.
Confringo!
Ranrock will unite us!
Confringo!
I shall agree. What an unfortunate
Escape.
Is that the best you can do?
Such arrogance. Not quiet enough.
won't get away with that.
Leviosa! Descendo!
I don't think you know who you're dealing with.
Confringo!
This is where you will go. I won't rest until you're dead.
Descendo! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Hello?
Descendo!
No! I will make you.
I shall avenge your death.
Leviosa!
Does Hogwarts teach you nothing about dueling? Can't handle a little altercation. No! I will.
Both camps cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear that. Revelio.
Máš to poražený. Jeden tábor jsem zvládla kompletně s výzvama. U druhého jsem jednu výzvu nezvládla. No. Jako jsem se na ní zapomněl zasoustředit. To je pravda. Lezu na tu stěnu, proč to dělám? Mě to asi baví.
Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Teď jsem za ní byla už, ale to je jedno. To za ní podevzdováno.
I do miss the bustle of business.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
Oh, I wish my brother could have done what you did. Perhaps he'd still be with me now. I'm especially grateful. You did, for Bardolph, what I could not. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Thank you. Sincerely.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought she might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct.
My
My darling Aidan used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Jdeme hledat, jo. To je někde u Bradavic. A kudy tudy do Bradavic? Kde já jsem? Až tady jsem. To je pěkný kus. Myslím, že to bude někde tady. No uvidíme, třeba se pletu.